In this video, we're going to guide you through what it takes to get 4,000 hours of watch time on YouTube. So settle in, because this is a big one.
VidIQ. VidIQ.
VidIQ.com.
Alright then, we're all adults here. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. I'm not going to ask you why you want to get 4,000 hours of watch time. It's obvious, you want to monetize your content. There has never been a single creator who's aimed to get 4,000 hours of watch time as a milestone until YouTube introduced that as a benchmark for applying for the YouTube Partner Program. However, what I will ask you is this. When you reach 4,000 hours of watch time on 1,000 subscribers and get accepted into the YouTube Partner Program, how much do you think you will be making on your videos when you first start earning income from your content? Let us know in the comments below. Hello everybody, I'm Rob and welcome back to VidIQ, the creator-obsessed YouTube tool, channel and learning academy that educates you on your YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to us so that we can help you grow your channel. And since I know all of you want to get to 4,000 hours of watch time, let's address the technical aspects of this first. In order for the watch time to count to 4,000 hours, the videos have to be public. So that means you can't do a live stream and then set it to unlisted. You can't make videos and then 6 months down the line delete them or set them to private. They have to remain public to count. Secondly, you have to achieve 4,000 hours in 12 consecutive months. What that means is, from today, whatever today's date is, going back 365 days, that is the watch time that is counted. The videos don't need to have been published in the last 12 months. It's what's been watched on your channel in the last 12 months. I've explained this so many times and people are never quite sure what that means. Does that make sense? Give us a thumbs up if it does. If you're still not sure, well, I'd still like you to give this video a thumbs up. But we have covered 4,000 hours within an inch of its life on this video over here. If you want to keep track of your watch time hours, the YouTube Studio has a dedicated page called Monetization. This will show you both subscriber and watch time progress. As you can see, I've got some way to go on this channel. Alternatively, if you want to keep tabs on your watch time, subscriber count and other channel stats anywhere on YouTube, download VidIQ and you'll get this awesome real-time stats bar. No need to worry about the price either. This one's on us, completely free. With all that being said, let's get into mindset. This is something I frequently talk about with creators who have these types of goals in mind. If you start a YouTube channel with the sole goal in mind of getting 4,000 hours of watch time, 1,000 subscribers, and monetizing your content, then I'm afraid to say the majority of you are never going to make it. First of all, you're thinking far too much about yourself as opposed to your audience, but we've touched on this many times before. Second of all, it's too lofty a goal to achieve when you first start out on YouTube. 4,000 hours of watch time is a lot. It's 240,000 minutes. Or to put it another way, it's a single person watching your content continuously for 166.6 days. I would look at it from this point of view. If you publish your first video on YouTube and you get an hour of watch time out of it over the first week, I will be pretty satisfied with that, I'm not gonna lie. 4,000 hours of watch time is hard for a reason. YouTube wants as much data as possible on your content so that it can trust you with their advertisers. Remember, it's not YouTube who's paying you directly, it's advertisers. YouTube essentially is the middleman in this case. And so what YouTube needs to do is make sure that the content it broadcasts on its platform doesn't create controversy. There has been a whole ton of that in the last decade, and this is where we've ended up. 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. Now, some people may disagree with this, and by all means, let's start a conversation in the comments below, but I believe, to begin with, when you start on YouTube, YouTube doesn't owe you anything. They allow you to broadcast your content to a global audience for free. When you are, over time, able to prove yourself to your audience and YouTube, then yes, let's start making some money together. But don't see monetization as an entitlement. See it as a privilege. Work for it, earn it, respect it. I want you to take a look at this screen. It's the real-time view counts for some of our best performing videos on the channel. Notice anything in particular? Take a look at the publish date. Almost all of these videos were published more than 6 months ago, and yet today they still bring in thousands of daily views. These videos work for the channel days, weeks, months, even years after I've published them. And they do so while I'm walking Jasper or playing video games, and yes, even while I'm asleep. You've probably heard of these types of videos before, evergreen content, and we've done a very detailed case study into how we implemented that strategy into our channel. The video is over here. But to paraphrase, to get discovered on YouTube to begin with can be quite difficult, and one of the ways to do that is to appear in search. If you can answer questions, provide valuable information on topics people are searching for, especially if they're recent, for example, the latest software update on a game, new beauty products, the latest tech, you can establish yourself in the search for topics. And depending on the shelf life of that topic, your videos can last longer in terms of getting views and watch time. It may not be as sexy as viral content that gets you lots of views in a very short space of time, but if you get it right, you can see your videos start off slowly and then slowly build. We've seen this happen many times on our channel. And once you have 5 or 10 pieces of evergreen content, you'll soon see your views graph go up and to the right, and you'll rapidly start chasing those 4,000 hours of watch time. If you're a regular here at VidIQ, you know that every Tuesday we do channel audit live streams where you submit your channel and we give you constructive criticism. When we first started doing these live streams, 2 years ago, we were getting maybe 50 to 100 people watching them. Now, we get on average between 600 and 700 people. And every time we do that on a Tuesday, when we look at our analytics, we get watch time bombs. If you do the simple maths, if 600 people watch a 2-hour live stream, that's 1,200 hours of watch time. Now, I can't promise you those type of numbers, and I wouldn't even recommend doing live streams when you first start your YouTube channel, because the chances are you might not get a single person joining you on a live stream. When you're 6-9 months into your YouTube journey and you have built up an audience of a few hundred subscribers, even if you get maybe 10 or 20 people joining you for a live stream for 1 or 2 hours, that's a nice bit of watch time. Those people who join your live streams are your super fans. They care about you and your progress on the YouTube platform. But it does take time to cultivate that audience. Here at VidIQ, we've been live streaming for 2 years. But in the last few months, something amazing has happened, and it seems to have happened organically. A meme culture has sprouted up around the live streams, and we've embraced this so much so that we incentivize our viewers to make fun of us in exchange for channel audits. We had no idea it was going to go in this direction, but we love this type of community engagement, and apparently so do you. So when you find your YouTube audience, make that audience your community, part of your channel, and you can do that through live streams, which means lots of watch time for you. Don't get me wrong, viral videos are a wonderful thing. They really give your channel a kick up the backside, but I never go into the video making process with the intention of making a viral video. It's just a very happy and very welcome bonus when it does happen. When people ask this question, and they do genuinely ask it, how do I make viral content? This is my answer. Aim to make better content on a consistent basis. And what that means is, with every aspect of your YouTube workflow, whether it is the way you film, the scripts that you write, how you present in front of camera, your editing, the thumbnails that you make, the titles that you write, aim to improve on your previous content by 1 or 2%. Be consistent and aim to consistently improve. Over a body of 12 months worth of work, which could be 50 to 100 videos, you'll look back at those videos from 12 months ago and say, wow, those were terrible, but look where I am today. If you put all of your effort into one video, determined that this is going to be the viral moment, you are going to drive yourself insane and you'll burn out on YouTube very, very quickly. Let me give you an example. We launched our Spanish language VidIQ channel just over a year ago, and for a long while the channel grew very slowly. But we knew we were creating good content on a consistent basis, and once YouTube had enough data and positive signals from our content, the channel started blowing up. No viral videos, just good, consistent content being shared more and more by YouTube to the right audience. And in the end, we didn't just reach 4,000 hours of watch time, we crushed it. But we had to be patient. Alright, let's start off with the obvious. Everybody wants to create the best quality content they can, but at what point do you reach diminishing returns? Is it worth putting in extra resources to make this video even better, or there is a cut-off point where you end the video and say, I'm going to move on to the next thing whilst that video is published and getting views? It is that classic question of quality versus quantity. And my general advice, my personal opinion, is that quantity has more value to you as a creator when you first start out on YouTube. Let me explain. First of all, that experience of you pushing out videos on YouTube consistently gets you into a rhythm and helps you learn how the YouTube platform works in terms of comments that you get, analyzing your analytics, and then being able to refine future content. If you're focused solely on making videos all of the time, you're never quite sure how your audience is going to react to that content. Second of all, the more videos you publish on YouTube, the more data YouTube has to play with in terms of serving up your content to the right audience with search and suggested. Think of it as filling out an application form. The more boxes you tick and the more thorough your answers are, the faster and more efficiently this application form can be processed, as opposed to coming back to you for more answers. Also, when it's time sensitive content, you really do need to consider how fast you can get the content out and multiples of that content. For example, when there is a big news story, yes, you could spend an extra few hours or days working on a video to make it of higher quality, but then you're losing out on the potential audience that wants that information right now. Now, this is not a hard and fast rule. For example, MKBHD is a very popular tech YouTuber who does amazing reviews on products, but he doesn't try and rush those reviews out for when the product is released. He may do a quick hands-on when it first comes out and then spend a considerable amount of time creating a very high quality piece of content. So in this sense, he gets the best of both worlds, a video that hits the trending news story and then a really high quality, very high value video for his audience. And finally, again in my personal opinion, to begin with, when you're creating content, you don't have the volume to send YouTube enough positive signals to recommend that content for a longer period of time. So if you are constantly hitting YouTube with new videos every few days or every week, then you are going to see those little spikes in views every time new videos come out, and eventually over time, as I said, up and to the right. Quantity versus quality, comments below. Let's start a discussion on that. There are a lot of YouTube education channels out there, ourselves included. But you know who else is a really good YouTube educator? It's YouTube themselves with the data they have to offer you. You ignore YouTube's analytics at your peril, because they basically tell you what to do and where to find the data. If you didn't already know this, on the Reach tab of the analytics screen in the YouTube studio, there is this data funnel of impressions, click-through rate and watch time. And if you mouse over the information icon, it tells you, in YouTube's own words remember, that you can increase the chance of YouTube suggesting your content by increasing click-through rate and your video watch time. When it comes to watch time, you can analyze each video in great detail by looking at audience retention. Of course, you want to get as high a watch time as possible, and while there is no magic watch time percentage, if you're getting over 50% consistently, you're doing a good job. People usually abandon videos when they are bored or when the video doesn't deliver what was promised in the title and the thumbnail. And through this graph, you can see where you might have pain points. An intro that's too long, for example. If you can trim the fat, leaving lean, juicy, succulent content for your audience to feast off of, you'll end up making less content that nobody actually ever watches. Every once in a while, check out your audience retention on the last 5 to 10 videos and share that in the comments below. Look at the graphs and determine whether or not there is a consistent pattern of audience dropping off your content. And while we're on the subject of watch time and audience view duration, Don't fall into the trap of making longer videos in an attempt to get more watch time. Make the video as long as it needs to be for your audience. For example, we cannot make a video on how to delete a YouTube video for 20 minutes, but we can create a bite-sized 2 to 3 minute video that gives the viewer exactly what they want, gives YouTube positive signals, and launches our content to the top of these search rankings. But what we can do is make a 15 to 20 minute video on how to get 4,000 hours of watch time, because there is a lot of meat on this bone. And if you're still watching, then we've proven our point. Alright, another question for you. If you're a subscriber to VidIQ, or this is not the first VidIQ video you've watched, why do you keep coming back to us? What is it about our content that makes you want to watch more of it? Let us know in the comments below. Now, the reason I ask that is because you want repeat customers. Nobody wants somebody to turn up to one of your videos, either not enjoy it or get what they need and move on. You want them to continue to watch your content weeks, months, even years down the line. So by all means, give your viewers the value they need, but also add a little bit of personality, something unique to your content that makes them want to choose you over somebody else. For example, having a memorable channel name. Who is going to forget PewDiePie? Or just really cool stuff in the videos. For example, a 500,000 YouTube subscriber custom-made wrestling belt. I think we might be the only channel who has one of them. The metric you want to be looking at here is unique viewers. Of course, the more unique viewers you have, the wider your overall audience. But if you can get those viewers to watch not just one of your videos, but many videos, well then that's a lovely multiplier effect to have on your channel and indeed on your watch time. And with that being said, a quick message for new visitors here to VidIQ. If you're finding this video about how to get 4,000 hours of watch time useful, then of course the next step to monetization is 1,000 subscribers. And you get lots of juicy info all about that over here. Did you see what I did there? Speaking of this video, right at the beginning of it, I asked the audience this question. Before the end of the intro, answer this question in the comments below. Why do you want 1,000 subscribers? This is something I like to do in as many videos as possible, and that is to ask you, the audience, a question in the first 30 seconds to get you more involved and then maybe tease something further down the line, like I did in this video. And I will get to the answer of how much money you think you're going to earn when you reach 4,000 hours of watch time. But anyway, back to that 1,000 subscriber video. Once we'd asked the question and checked on the comments, a common answer kept cropping up. We received literally hundreds of comments from our community saying that they wanted to get 1,000 subscribers so that they could get a supporter creator code for the game Fortnite. Now, we already knew we had a lot of gamers who follow and watch VidIQ, but what we didn't realise was just how many of those gamers play Fortnite and specifically want this support a creator perk. While it is true that you'll find out a lot about your general audience from YouTube analytics, you'll never find out key nuggets of information like that. And all we had to do was simply ask you a question. And I bet you can guess what we did with that information. That's right, we assigned Dan, our gaming expert, to get the answers you needed and create a video on a topic. It's already picked up a bucket full of views and perhaps more importantly, now sits at the top of the rankings for a very juicy search term. Given the evergreen potential of this video, I think that if it stays at the top of the search rankings, it will have 500,000 views by the end of the year. If your community is generating video ideas for you and they respond really well to those videos, you'll get to 4,000 hours of watch time in no time. Okay then, so you've got 4,000 hours of watch time and you've got 1,000 subscribers and you've applied for the YouTube Partner Program and you are accepted into it. What does that financially mean for you? I'm going to take this somewhat as an average and this will fluctuate wildly, but when a person reaches 4,000 hours of watch time after say 6 to 12 months on YouTube, they're probably getting around about 1,000 to maybe 5,000 views a day. And that usually is going to translate into, if you monetize all of that content, $2, $5, maybe $10 a day at most. Now, don't get me wrong, you've probably put in hundreds, if not thousands of hours into that channel and for it to finally start paying something back to you so that you're not working for free is a wonderful feeling. And by that point, you probably do deserve something from YouTube and their advertisers because you have proven success and YouTube trusts your content. But for a lot of people, they're starting to think about this goal when they have less than 100 subscribers or only a couple of hundred views and are less than 100 hours of watch time into their YouTube journey. I'm sorry to say, but it's just too far away for you to reach out and grab that goal. Pretty much everything I've been talking about in this video is about improving you as a video creator and giving more of yourself and your content and your value to your audience so that it impacts them in a positive way. I'm not going to speak on behalf of the entire creator community, but I would imagine the majority of creators get a much bigger kick out of people saying on their channel that you as a creator have somehow changed their life. In VidIQ's case, when people say you've inspired me to start my own channel, that means so much more than a couple of dollars on a video. Yes, when you get to scale and you're getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions of views, then perhaps you can start to turn this into something serious, and it may even turn into your career. I'm not sure how many of you will be watching this since you've already got 4,000 hours of watch time, but if you have already monetized your channel, then share your thoughts in the comments below. Did it turn out to be as big a milestone as you thought? Or by that time had the whole YouTube experience change your mindset anyway? Whether or not these tips and tricks help you to get 4,000 hours of watch time, what I do hope is that they help you to grow your YouTube channel. And with that, we will see you next time.